Hi, my name is Greg and I'm from Boundless Martial Arts, and in this video today I want to give you my top 5 tips for getting your kids ready and back to school. I've been working with children and families for more than 20 years, and I make these videos so that you guys can learn from my experience so that you guys can have the best for yourself and for your families. All right, tip number 1 is going to be independence. What does that mean, right? What that means is, see if you can have your children choose different parts of the process for getting ready to go to school. Things like choosing their clothes, choosing their pencils, pencil cases, backpacks, packing that stuff in their backpack to get ready, getting them involved in the process, right? Having them put on their shoes, these kinds of things. The more that they get to choose and feel like they own it and be a part of that process, the more excited they're going to be when it does come time to go to school. Tip number 2, of course, is going to be routine. And it seems obvious, right? But it's the obvious things that people neglect and they don't do. So we need to get them back into that routine early, of them going to bed at a certain time, getting up at a certain time, even going so far as to have their breakfast now at a certain time so that they're used to that process when school starts, right? Rather than trying to do all that stuff on day 1 when school starts and having a rough start with it. Get into that process now. Tip number 3 is going to be get them familiar with going to school also. Some of you guys might be driving the kids to school, some of you might be walking to school, but either way, you could do that every single day starting now so that they can go and see their school. Now, the people watching this video, some of you guys are going to have younger kids, some of you guys are going to have older kids, so some of this stuff might apply more than others, but if they've never been to the school, then you should definitely go. And even though the school's closed, you should show them that process. This is what it's going to be like to leave for school. This is what it's going to be like when we get here. This is where we're going to go. That's going to make them feel more comfortable and take less stress, right, off of them, like less anxiety, because they'll know what the process looks like. They'll now know they've seen the building several days in a row. They've gone on the walk or the drive, right? And now they're like, oh, this is what it's like. And right, and get out of the car, right? Walk around the school, get familiar with some of the areas so that they're not completely lost if they've never been there before. Tip number 4 is going to be safety. So along those same lines, especially if you're walking to school, and especially for the older kids that might be going to school by themselves, or walking to school by themselves, or with a friend, start to go over different safety tips. Everything from even just like putting your shoes on in a safe way, how to lock the door, where to put your keys, right? Different safety things, of course, looking both ways with traffic and different stuff like that. But start going over some safety tips with your kids to make sure that they're ready for that. And safety can also go as far as, what to say to other children if they feel like they're being bullied, who to talk to, right? Go talk to your teacher, stuff like that, right? So that they understand what the process is, right? When we don't understand what the process is, what to do in a situation, that's when people get upset and they freak out. So we need to educate our kids as to what to do, right, if something like that were to happen. My last tip for you guys today, to give you guys the best results possible, we want our children, obviously, to succeed in school and to do really well. And to do that, they need to be able to focus. And they're in a classroom with lots of other children, and their job is to focus on the teacher and learn and retain the information, and obviously not be a distraction to the rest of the class. They need to follow the rules. So the best thing that you can do is find other activities that support this. So things like martial arts. Martial arts in a martial arts classroom, that's what happens, and we can start them here at Boundless even from the age of 4, right? They can come in and they can learn how to line up, right? How to bow, how to listen to a teacher, how to stay focused, how to follow the rules, right? How to follow along with the rest of the classroom, right? And keep that attention. I've had parents come and say, wow, I just can't even believe my kid is standing still for, a couple of minutes while the teacher is talking. Holy cow, they don't stand that still any other time in their life, right? So you finding an activity that supports that kind of focus is an enormous benefit, and you're gonna see those changes in your child when they do an activity like martial arts. So I highly, highly recommend it. Again, I'm Greg from Boundless Martial Arts. I do recommend trying out some martial arts or having your kids try it out if they've never tried it out before. You can go to our website, check out our 2-week trial, right? Purchase that and get started as soon as you're ready to go. Have a great day, everybody. Stay tuned for my next tip.